some young broke dude.
I became a professor at age 25 to experience those fantasies. One of my students was hot, so I hinted at her for extra credit. The next day she came to my office and we had sex. Still gave her an F in the class.
I was going on vacation with my family and saw this cute girl at the airport lounge that seemed to be my age. There's just something special about seeing someone your age at the airport. I don't know why. I approached her, and little did we know we had seats next to each other. Long story short, we ended up fucking in the bathroom of the plane. Then when we landed, we fucked again in another bathroom. After that, we exchanged numbers and went on with our vacations. Today, she's still my girlfriend, and I love her so much.
The first time my wife and I had sex while dating, it was at her house during the day. The bedroom windows were open. She was quite loud. When we were catching our breath, we heard applause and cheers from outside. We didn't realize until then that some neighbors were over chatting in the next door neighbor's yard. Embarrassing? Sure, a little. My girl burst out laughing. We shut the windows and carried on having fun. I mean, you're an adult. You're in a relationship. Most people will assume you're having sex. Some will be jealous that it sounds like good sex. Who cares what they think, really, either way? Chillax, girl. Carry on having fun. I won a knife fight and survived. No ambulance. Didn't even have a knife. Kid was a fucking moron pussy though. I ducked under when he slashed at me and he got me across the shoulder blades. Double leg takedown and he landed on the back of his head. The end. I had certainly antagonized him enough to sort of deserve it, so I cleaned out my cut and butterfly bandaged it and called it a day. It's a pretty wicked scar though. Looks more like a sword got me since it never got stitched up right.
That's lucky. Most self-defense classes have a saying for knife fights. There are two kinds of people in knife fights. The ones who die in the street and the ones that die in the back of the ambulance.
So this one time in grade 8, I was walking home and some of the popular girls came up to me and pushed me into a puddle and told me to go have sex with my boyfriend. And this girl says, "Wait guys, she doesn't even have one." And they all laughed at me until the most popular guy in school came up to me and said, "Wait, did we break up? I sure hope not," and kissed me, and I had no clue what he was doing, but yeah, we just got married. Buying tampons. Cashier, would you like a bag? Me, no thank you. There's a very sketchy guy outside, and I wanted to know that I'm not the person to mess with today. Cashier legitimately scream laughed.
My son came home from school today and told me that his classmates were making fun of him for being conservative and straight. In fact, one kid's parents told him he was gay, so he went around saying that and punched my son when he said he was straight. What the fuck?
Everywhere I go, I don't wear a mask, and they still serve me or sell to me. I must have "Don't confront me or I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck" face.
A customer came through my line and was shaking. I asked him if he was okay. He told me he'd just finished 3 hours of chemotherapy and he had a week left to live. He said this was his last Christmas and all his family was coming to say goodbye. I busted out in tears. I ran around the other side of the register, hugged and squeezed him as hard as I could and told him I loved him. He kissed my forehead and said, "See you on the other side, sweetheart."
My trans 8-year-old daughter hugged me on election night. Yay, the reincarnation of Hitler is gone. Now I can have a future, I remember her saying. We were both hugging and crying that night, and everyone in the Starbucks clapped.
That 100% didn't happen. Fuck Trump, but that didn't happen.
I'm at school writing this and something crazy just happened. So I was listening to this during social studies, just doing my own thing. I noticed the Fat Rat uploaded a new song, so I thought, why the hell not? He's one of my favorite musicians after all. I must have been playing it for like a minute and then someone shook my shoulder and gestured for me to take my earbuds off. He was telling me everyone in the class could hear the music because my earbuds weren't fully inside my phone. I looked at the entire room and everybody was just rocking their heads to the music. My mind went blank and I must have been blushing super hard. I've never been so embarrassed but so happy at the same time. When I stopped the music, they just told me to keep playing it until the end. Hashtag feels good, man.
I was failing calc and needed to boost my grades, so I sent a nude to my professor. His wife saw it and found me sexy, so she messaged me pretending to be him, and we ended up in a threesome. This was the best sex I've ever had, and I'm getting marks for it as well. I played Battleship with my 8-year-old son, and he made his kisses spell out "I heart you." I got pulled over just now and the fucking cop hit on me and was trying to get me to go on a date with him and I turned his ass down and got a ticket. Can you say salty ass bitch?
Bill Gates is a proven sociopath or psychopath. In the late 1970s, early 1980s, I went to a few outdoor campus parties at Harvard. While there, I noticed Bill Gates. Those who I was with warned me not to socialize with him.
I got caught hitting my pen in my class while on Zoom and the professor told me to answer a question thinking I wasn't paying attention, but I just ended up correcting the mistake he had made on it and he was so embarrassed he ended class early. I win once again.
I don't wear a mask anywhere ever. Most people don't say a word. The ones that do, I tell them, fuck off and mind your own business. A woman got in my wife's face at Walmart. My wife told her to back off and mind your own business. The woman got too close to my wife. Well, my wife knocked the woman out cold right there. We left and nothing came out of it.
Y'all, my son woke me up out of my sleep crying and said, Mommy, I know you tired of working trying to make it better for me and my sister. I go to work for you today. This made me cry. He's only one.
I usually just go to the doc when I'm really sick. I tell them what's wrong, what meds I need, what doses, and for how long. They just look at me like, what?
I just took a math final with this poster on the wall of the exam room. It has formulas on it that were needed in the exam. This poster got me an extra 10% on the paper.
I just pissed off a TSA chick because I was taking off all my metal stuff, so my belt, my two cuffs, my waist chain, my necklace, my boots, and my jacket, and the TSA girl just goes, wow kid, you have quite a bit of metal stuff. And I looked this fucker straight in the face and said, I'm more metal than you will ever begin to understand, you nerd.
I had sex with my mom in a party without knowing she was my mom and now she's pregnant. I went to a party and I found this girl. We talked, danced, drank, and then we decided to go upstairs. We entered a very dark room, couldn't see a thing and there were some people there already, but we decided to do it there anyway. She went first, and then I lost her, but I found another girl, but I thought it was the girl from before, so I had sex with her and it was my mom. We found out when we left the room. That was 1 month ago and she's pregnant now. I'm gonna have a son who happens to be my brother too.
My password is 29 digits and people's jaws drop when I stop. Go back like 20 digits, fix something, retype, and it's correct.
How do you notice where you made a mistake if you basically finished typing the password? Someone figures they made a mistake as they make it, not 20 digits after. Why are people watching you put the password? Everyone clapped afterwards?
I got my entire workplace to see the truth. One of the older coworker ladies gave me this mask with kittens on it that she said she found online after I once told her I loved cats. I then ripped it up in front of her stunned face and gave a speech on how COVID was fake and made up by Fauci and docs to have a have job. The entire office clapped and now everyone is now wanting to learn more about the truth. My even manager gave me a promotion.
Punched a guy because he was making rape jokes, and one of the things he said was, what's the difference between yes and no? Nothing. So I asked him if he'd care if I punched him in the face, and he said yes, but I did it anyway since there's no difference between yes and no. I just watched a woman drink laundry detergent at work today, bottle to mouth, in the aisle. I said nothing, but when we made eye contact, she just gasped and was like, I'm gonna buy it. Bitch, I'm not worried about you buying it. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my god.
While helping my daughter with World War II homework, she asked when they'd learn about Captain America and Hydra, or the box Indiana Jones found that melts people, because that's when things will get cool. I can't decide if this means I'm failing as a father or absolutely crushing it.
This reminds me of when I had a threesome with 2 pregnant bitches back in college. Every time I went in from the front, I felt them little things inside them grabbing on my dick. I don't even know shit was kinda stimulating to my brain. Good days.
What was your first red pill? When my dad had a stroke and his social worker wanted to kick him out of hospital because he was a white male with green eyes and public hospital was not for people like him.
So I'm at a gas station getting Red Bull, and the guy in front of me is trying to get condoms and his card got fucking declined, and this little old woman behind me whispered, he just got cock blocked by Visa. I fucking shat myself.
I was high with a bodybuilder friend once, and I talked about how it was kinda messed up that we eat other animals' muscles to grow our own.
He went vegan after that and said, "Never again. Those are their gains, bro, not mine."